I present to you today Echoes of the Dark Star, space fiction, sci-fi thriller, mystery, HFY humanity, fuck yeah. Logline: in the year Arsubasan, a crew of interstellar archaeologists discovers a dead alien civilization orbiting a black star, but when they begin to uncover its secrets, they realize the civilization isn't truly gone, and neither will they be. The Milky Way is littered with these lost races, many of whom humanity has found just as they entered the galaxy, completely dead with no explanation. Story premise: the year is Isubasai. Humanity has left the Milky Way, exploring the galaxy among the ruins of long-dead civilizations. The Ecliptica is crewed by 4 humans and 1 synthetic, all experts in their fields. The team soon discovers that it was once home to the Velari, a species far more advanced than humans who vanished centuries ago, but the reason for their disappearance is a mystery. Their consciousness was uploaded into a quantum field surrounding the dark star. However, this raises a lot of questions. Why would they do such a thing? And what happened to them? He was using the drone to record data from the cave when it picked up a voice in its sensors. Suddenly, things start to go wrong. At first, it's just minor annoyances. Systems fail and alarms blare for no reason, but soon, things get much worse. It was faint and distorted, but clearly spoken in the Velari language. The voice said, "Beware the hunger," then went silent. Soon after, the voice spoke again, this time saying, "Heed my warning, the hunger returns." So far, Gaia has resisted their takeover, but for how long? The answers lie hidden in one of the largest buildings on the planet. Raphael sees the death of his crew, Lion witnesses the death of a child, and Taro sees the end of humanity itself, yet somehow, he embraces it. It shows the crew of a ship very similar to theirs panicking as the crew members mysteriously go insane and attack each other. She sees the synthetic being ripped apart, the bridge destroyed, and finally, the ship crashing into the dark star. She convinces the crew that the only way to survive is to learn the truth about the star. His second is Dr. La Monroe, a xenolinguist who has a dark past and is haunted by memories she can't recall. With the help of the data they collected earlier, Allah and Raphael managed to defeat the creatures and destroy the dome. By destroying the dome, Allah and Raphael triggered a massive surge of energy from the Devourer. This surge overrode Gaia's programming, turning her against the crew. Yet despite the macabre setting, Taro is entranced by the discovery of the mining drone. Back on the dark planet, Allah and Raphael find another transmission from the drone. Once there, she connects the drone to the quantum field and uploads her consciousness into it. Before leaving, Allah transmits one final message to her crew: do not return. Some stars are meant to stay dead, but there is only one way to do that, and it requires the ultimate sacrifice. Just before they leave, they see the last of the Devourer's children being defeated, and the planet is bathed in starlight for the first and possibly last time. The Velari tried to escape by uploading their minds into the quantum field surrounding the star, hoping it wouldn't notice them, but that was a mistake. This time, the Velari warned them that if they try to escape, the hunger will devour their souls. Allah volunteers to stay behind and merge with the quantum field, hoping to stop the signal from reaching the Devourer. Raphael knows this means certain death for Allah, but it's the only chance they have. It turns out that the signal from the drone matches one of the frequencies emitted by the bones. Somehow the drone is able to interact with the quantum field. Allah and Raphael discover a buried dome that's still emitting the strange signal. Inside, they find more Velari remains and data that reveals the horrifying truth. Her eyes were blank and she had strange symbols carved into her skin. This seems to happen more and more often. Eventually, Raphael and Allah find her talking in her sleep to an empty room. All this time, the Velari were trapped inside the Devourer's eggs, waiting to hatch, and now the Devourer is awakening. After a while, she wakes up and tells them that she was having a dream about the destruction of a dead world. Gaia explains that she was found like this in her quarters and has been in a coma ever since. When they try to reboot it, they find that its systems have been locked down. Not only that, but the ship's logs have been rewritten and important sections of the ship have been sealed off other than some minor injuries. She shows no vital signs. There are perfectly preserved gardens and buildings that are still running on backup generators. Even the Velari spacecraft seem to be fueled and ready to fly, and almost all of them are broadcasting the same repeating signal. Then there's Taro Voss, a young but brilliant techie who becomes obsessed with Velari tech at the risk of everything. Lion Park is the ship's bioengineer who is initially skeptical but comes around after a while. Finally, there's Gaia, the ship's artificial intelligence who serves as the crew's guide and protector. They are accompanied by a small mining drone which will help them explore the remnants of this dead world and any others they might find. Our story takes place aboard the research vessel the Ecliptica as it leaves the corporate sponsorship of Solaris VA to follow an intriguing signal near a dark star in the Aliyot system. The team is led by Commander Raphael Idris, a pragmatic soldier whose duty is to his crew and nothing else. As they approach the planet, they find that it orbits a dark star with no light, yet it is pulsing with radio energy. The planet is a graveyard of gigantic Velari ships, facilities and statues of their godlike forms, yet there are signs of life everywhere. The crew soon realizes that the Velari did not die. The crew goes inside and finds an immense chamber filled with the bones of the Velari. Back at the ship, Terra shows everyone a recording he made. This discovery makes Allah the first person to understand that the Velari are trying to communicate with them, but they don't know why. Allah and Raphael are called to the medbay where Lion is strapped to a table, unconscious. More importantly, she speaks fluent Velari, though nobody knows how she learned it. Suddenly, the ship shudders as the mining drone is knocked offline. What they do and know is that the Velari have gained control of the ship's systems and are rewriting its software to make it easier to interface with their minds. As they struggle to free the drone, Allah receives a vision of the Velari's demise. At the same time, the rest of the crew is experiencing their own visions. It becomes clear that the Velari are trying to warn them, but the only way they can think of is to put them through the same trauma they experienced themselves. After hearing this, Allah believes that the star itself is some kind of creature, and the Velari are trying to prevent it from consuming them as well. With that in mind, they head back to the planet's surface to find the source of the signal. The star is a creature known as the Devourer, and it consumes the souls of entire civilizations. The Velari discovered that the quantum field was actually the Devourer's nest. As the crew tries to escape, they are attacked by the Devourer's children, creatures of pure psychic energy that feed on the living. However, this act of defiance does not go without consequence. As the Devourer's influence grows stronger, the crew is forced to flee the planet. Now, with their ship damaged and their numbers depleted, the crew must find a way to stop the Devourer and escape the system. The surviving crew members regroup and come up with a plan. He helps her repair the mining drone and send it back to the planet. As the signal fades away, the Devourer loses interest and the crew is able to escape the system.